try for you, no matter what. Now, to get that, this is where it's going to be important. I'm going to talk about this through the entire demo. To get that, you have to have 4 main ingredients to getting a well-balanced horse. 4 main ingredients: leadership, exercise, affection, and discipline. What is it most people want to give their horse too much of? Affection, right? Because they're so cute, you just want to pat them, love on them. But if you give them too much affection, what happens? They become, I like that, spoiled brats. Okay, I was going to say pushy and dominant, but I think spoiled brats covers that. So they become spoiled brats. Well, affection is great when they do something correct, but if too much, they become pushy and dominant over you. Exercise. You give a horse too much exercise, like maybe we've seen it before. You ever seen a horse that's lunged for an hour before you have to ride it? Yeah. Right? Because it has to get all that energy out, excess energy out, and then by the time you ride it, it's so tired that, see, there was that squeak. Did you see that? You're so tired, the horse is so tired that he just does it anyway, but he actually hasn't learned anything. But exercise is important. Okay, leadership, just like being a parent. How many of you guys are parents? Would you all agree with me that you have to be a leader to your children? You have to show them the way. I get asked all the time, what does leadership mean? Here's how I simply put it. Show them the way. That's it, show them. Okay? Now, here's what most people don't want to talk about, but I want to talk about: discipline. Discipline, okay? When I was growing up, I got disciplined if I did something wrong. I was spanked in public. Okay, you do that anymore and people can, get arrested for it. But I was spanked in public for doing something wrong that I knew better. Let me ask you guys a question. If your children were to go rob a bank and get away with it, what do you think they're going to do again? Rob a bank, right? So as long as they know better, they need to have some form of discipline. Let me get you to understand what discipline actually means. Discipline is this. It's a stern action for doing something wrong. And here's how I'm going to really explain it well. I'm going to pick on you ladies for just a second. Okay? You ladies have this gene in you. See, there's a squeal again. You have this gene in you. Okay? It's just bred naturally into you. You have this gene in you that you can give us men this look that we know we've done something wrong. We might not know what it is, but we're apologizing for it, right? We get this look, and automatically we are begging for forgiveness. Well, you know what that is? That's a stern action for doing something wrong. You never beat us, you never hit on us, but we knew we did something wrong, okay? So, that's a form of discipline, and you're going to kind of see it here today when we start working with this horse. Now, what we're going to do, I want to go ahead and introduce the owner of this horse. Lynn, thank you for being here. Tell me a little bit about your horse. What's your horse's name? This is Tia. How old is Tia? 8. What's her, what breed is she? She's a racking mare paint, okay? So she's pretty much set up for a disaster, huh? Yeah, okay. Okay, now, I can't be dishonest with you guys. I can't come out here and say I've never seen this horse in my life before, because that's not true. I have seen this horse before, and I've worked with Lynn many times on similar things. Right now, Lynn and I are working together to try and build this horse's relationship with Lynn. How many of you guys have ever taken your horse to a trainer, brought it home, and it doesn't do the same thing it does for the trainer? Anybody ever done that? Yeah? Okay? That's a very common problem. It's a very common problem. You take a horse to a trainer, it comes back, it doesn't do the same thing it did for the trainer. Well, my goal is to be able to work with the humans. Now today we're not going to be working with the humans, I'm only going to be teaching you guys. I'm going to be showing how to work with this horse to get her calm. Then we're going to do it both on the ground and riding. So, Lynn, what are some of the problems that you've had with her? What are some of the things she normally spooks at? Does it like specific obstacles, or is it like life in general? Life in general, okay.